Hundreds of flood warnings remain in place a day after Storm Franklin battered large areas of the UK with strong winds and heavy rain.
And there's further heavy rain to come today as a band of rain pushes southeastwards, accompanied by some gusty winds and over the areas that we don't necessarily want further rain.
Hello. The weather is looking a little calmer and quieter for the rest of this week. No new named storms, but still some wet and windy weather at times. And of course, we've got the legacy of all those storms, still some flooding. This is the picture in Shrewsbury in Shropshire. And really through the rest of the day, we're going to be continuing to see flood warnings in force, particularly across England and Wales. There's also been a few for Scotland as well.
More than 100 flood warnings are still in place across England and Wales following the heavy rains brought by Storm Franklin. Parts of the River Severn and the Bristol Channel are on alert and emergency teams have built flood barriers. They may be submerged by the rising water. Storm Franklin is the third named storm in a week following Dudley and Eunice. Now, it's been a really busy few days for everybody looking after our weather news, particularly Carol. Morning, Carol. How's it looking today?
Good morning, both. Good morning to you too. A little bit quieter, Sal, but having said that, it's still going to be a windy day and we still have some rain pushing steadily southwards and eastwards. And that rain is likely to be heavy at times and falling over areas where we don't want it. Now, as you've just mentioned, there are flood warnings in force in England, Wales and Scotland, 125 at the moment in total with 2 severe flood warnings. That means danger to life, act now on the River Severn. And today again we've got some heavy rain pushing quite quickly from the northwest towards the southeast, including over areas where we don't want it. Gusty winds for all of us today, and wind will be a feature of the weather for the rest of this week. It's now making inroads across northern England, and you can see this weather front here. This is the weak one I pointed out. It too will clear, but it's giving murky conditions, some dankness, some clouds, some drizzly conditions, as you can see in Hove. Thanks, Sal and Dan. Good morning to you too. I'm starting off with one of our Weather Watchers pictures. You can see the flooding here that's taken place in Worcester. And as we were just hearing from Joe, a lot of flood warnings in force. This means flooding is expected with 2 severe flood warnings, which means danger to life. Act now on the River Severn.